Today, I'm going to tell you why you never want to camp in a tent ever again. So my entire life, I've been camping in tents. I've always been interested in the whole hammock experience, and I've always been afraid that I'm just too big of a guy to get comfortable inside of a tight little hammock. After doing tons of research, I came to find out just how wrong I was with how uncomfortable hammock camping actually is. About a year and a half ago, I came across Adventures with the Marine. He broke down hammock camping like I've never seen before. He convinced me with his beginner hammock camping playlist so much I had to go out, I had to buy a hammock, and I had to test it out for myself. Today, I'm going to show you the hammock I purchased and what I used the first time I went hammock camping, and it was the best night sleep I've ever had sleeping in the woods. And full disclosure, before I get started today, I have an Amazon Associates page. If you click on any of the links in my description with some of the gear that I've used today, I obviously get some credit for it, helps up my page, helps me grow, and I really appreciate it. Now let's get to setting up this hammock and showing you just how easy it is. One of the things I love about hammock camping is you have the freedom to pretty much camp wherever you want. You don't have to worry about the ground being uneven. You don't have to worry about rocks, water. You have two trees that are about 14 to 15 feet apart. You pretty much have a spot to go camp. So like I said before, the first thing I thought of when it came to hammock camping is how am I going to fit my big body in a small hammock? Turns out there are a variety of hammocks that will fit your size no matter how big or small you are. It's a debated topic. I'm about 5'11" and a half. We'll call it 6 feet. Weigh about 250 pounds. And the hammock I'm going to show you today can hang up to 350 pounds. So Dutchware is the company I came across when I started doing my research. They make it pretty simple for you. There's a link, hammocks for beginners. There's a whole package of hammocks that you could put together for yourself, a variety of colors, a variety of sizes. I went with the wide netted hammock for beginners. In the kit, you're gonna get a hammock with a double end stuff sack. You're gonna get a tarp to go over your hammock. And you're gonna get all the necessary accessories that help you keep that hammock together and hanging from a tree. The entire package from Dutchware cost about $335. Now, when I went camping, I camped in late September. I knew it was gonna be cold out. My biggest fear was hanging on a hammock and freezing to death. I've always been covered by my tent. I've always been surrounded in like a shelter. I've always had a nice sleeping bag, and I've always been raised off the ground on some type of air mattress. My biggest fear, like I said, was being cold because now the air is gonna be circulating underneath me. And one of the things that I did purchase additionally was an underquilt. I'll show you how to put this on. It's very, very simple. One thing I did not have when I went camping, but I did bring today just to show, is my gum cloth. This is a great item to lay underneath your hammock, so when you do step out of it, you have something to step on to keep your feet dry if it does happen to rain. You know, you don't want to walk around on the forest floor. Full disclosure, I did bring a tent with me just in case I wasn't comfortable the first night and just in case I did get a little cold. So I did have a little backup plan with me. Again, last thing I want to be is uncomfortable when I go camping. Now I'm sure you're thinking one of the concerns you have is who likes to lay in the shape of a banana? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how we get rid of laying like a banana in a hammock. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how to lay as flat as you do while you're in your own bed at home. So like I said, ideally you would like two trees to be anywhere from 13 to 17 feet apart. Dutchware provides you with two suspension straps. You want to keep them at about 7 to 8 feet off the ground. Like I said, I'm about 6 feet tall, and I'm going to put this about a foot above my head. So what I want to do is I just want to show you how easy it is to hang the suspension strap. Now I went around the right side of the tree to hang this strap, and when you hang your hammock, that's how you want to leave it. So in other words, you don't want to pull the strap this way and think that as you're hanging your hammock, you're going to keep it more secure. You're putting an extreme amount of tension on this Dutch clip. What you want to do is leave it just like this. So now when you're hanging, All that tension and all that pressure is on the tree and the strap itself, not the Dutch. So one of the things I love about Dutchware is they include these tip cards for you. It shows you exactly how to hang everything. It shows you exactly how everything works. So if you do get stuck in the process, obviously you refer to your tip cards and you'll be able to hang your hammock no problem. The double end stuff sack makes it very, very convenient to hang your hammock also. The red strap is for your head. You hang that to your beetle buckle. You'll walk along. This bag will never touch the ground. And when you get ready to clean up and put your hammock away, you'll be able to stuff it right back into this bag and never touches the ground, keeps everything nice and clean. I'm gonna show you how it works. And just like that, you have a hammock that's hanging. So with this hammock is a structural ridgeline that's built into the hammock. And what that will do is that will ensure that you have a proper hang and a proper lie, and you're able to get very comfortable while you sleep. So of course, while you do your research, you're gonna come across a lot of terminology that's gonna make it seem overwhelming. When you sit in your hammock, you can, with just a little tension, a little pressure, you can move this ridgeline just like this, and that means that all of the weight is supported by this ridge line. It's on your straps and not on the actual hammock itself. And like I said, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 250 pounds, I'm 6 feet tall, and I was always concerned how I'm gonna get comfortable inside this thing. Maybe it's gonna be too narrow, I'm gonna break it, or most importantly, I'm not gonna sleep well. I'll show you just how easy it is. So while you're in your hammock, what you want to do is you want to lay asymmetrically. What that means is not with your feet and your head in a banana position. You want to put your head to the left or the right, and you want to put your feet the opposite direction. So you're laying asymmetrically in this hammock. I am laying as flat as you would be lying in your bed at home. This is the most comfortable position that you can find laying in a hammock. I might just stay here for the night. And like I said, you have a net here, that zipper's closed, so you don't have to worry about mosquitoes or any other bugs flying on your face while you're sleeping. This is so comfortable. If something like claustrophobia is a concern of yours, the net really keeps it well ventilated so you don't have an enclosed feeling inside the hammock. So when I went camping, I wasn't really worried about putting a bedroll in my hammock to make it a little bit more comfortable or to keep it stretched out. That asymmetrical lie really keeps you flat and really keeps the walls of the hammock off of you. Real quick, what I want to do is I just want to put the tarp on, and I just want to show you how easy it is to set up. I'm gonna try to show you what it looks like from the inside. This whole thing took me maybe 5 minutes to really put together. You could see the leg room I have. I mean, I am more than comfortable in this thing, and that's really all there is to it. I could probably lay here for the next 3 days. So real quick, here's just an overview. So I just want to show how the stinger works the best that I can. All right, this is what Dutchware refers to as their stinger for the tarp. Okay, that's the clip. Put it against my shirt, you can see it better. All right, and here's the end of the tarp. You're just gonna click it in. You're gonna pull some tension on it. And once you have the tension you want, you're just gonna tie it off. Like I said, they make this super easy and super brainless. And on the bottom of the tarp, you have these bungees, and then you're just gonna clip in, they call these ringworms. You're gonna clip this in to your bungee. And once you have it staked down, you're gonna pull to get tension on your tarp, and you're gonna tie it off like that. Again, very, very simple. So I'm just gonna show you real quick how to put the underquilt on. I would suggest if you're gonna do late season camping in a hammock to get the underquilt. Like I said, where I was, upstate New York, it got to be about mid 40s, low 40s while I was sleeping. And it definitely saved me from being cold, because one new experience that you will have hanging in a hammock is the air flowing underneath you. And the last thing you want is a cold hiney while you're sleeping. So one of the great things about this is it's adjustable. I'm not gonna get crazy adjusting this right now because I'm obviously not gonna be sleeping in it. But you obviously, if your feet are down here and your body is up, your upper body is towards this end of the hammock, you can obviously adjust this and make this just a little longer to cover as much as your body as possible. So you're gonna come up with a lot of debate here. Do I use a bedroll? Do you not use a bedroll? Do you use a sleeping bag? Do you not use a sleeping bag? Should you use just a regular blanket? Should you not use a blanket? I chose to go with the underquilt. I chose to use a Kelty mummy style sleeping bag rated for 20 degrees. That's the same rating for my underquilt. I had a pillow and I had a wool blanket. When I climbed into my hammock, I stuck my feet into the mummy part of the sleeping bag. So I was totally cocooned in my sleeping bag. I had the wool blanket on top of me. I had my pillow. It was the absolute best night's sleep I've ever had in my life, sleeping in the woods. There is just something about hanging between two trees, swinging in the breeze, and really just taking in Mother Nature in a totally different viewpoint, and being able to pretty much pick and choose where you want to lie or where you want to sleep for the night. As long as there's trees in the area, you can go and do whatever you want. Doesn't matter if there's ground underneath you, doesn't matter if there's water underneath you, doesn't matter if there's rocks underneath you. You have two trees 14 to 15 feet apart, you have a place to hang. So Dutch Wear is a hammock company. This is what they do. I totally give them my 2 thumbs up. You go to their website, I'll have a link in my description, dutchweargear.com, and you click and research everything that you need to click and research if you are in the market for hammock camping. Like I said, they supply everything for you and make this as brainless as possible for you to go into the woods and experience hammock camping like a professional. I have to give major thanks to Adventures with the Marine. I've watched your videos. I watched your series on beginner hammock camping, and I have to tell you, you pretty much nail every point home. I hope my video was as informative as his is. You should definitely go check him out. His series of hammock camping for beginners is on point and really is what sold me on finally getting up enough guts as a bigger dude to go and hang between 2 trees and experience camping in that fashion. So that's gonna wrap it up for me tonight, guys. I really hope everything you got from me helped you make a decision if you were on the fence on whether or not to try hammock camping or not. It really is a unique experience. It's definitely a different experience from camping in a tent. Again, like I said, the best night's sleep I ever had, and I really think that if you do your research and you get the right gear, you too will experience the same as I did. So if you like the video, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. I really appreciate you checking me out today. This is Justin with Backyard Bushcraft, signing out.